And welcome back. It's Tuesday, and that means we're talking about the hottest Hollywood headlines this morning.
And last night, this cycle of Dancing with the Stars continued, and not really in the way one couple hoped. We've got celebrity analyst Penelope Jean with us. Break it all down for us very quickly, Penelope. What did you hear happened with the fall?
The great fall, because we all know, obviously, here it is right here if you haven't
Look
seen
at
it, folks. It's hard to watch almost, but...
And then
there he goes.
Kind of graceful, though, for a fall. And then, hold on,
and then he looks like he's really hurting.
Give me a minute, one second. Okay.
There you go. Back he goes.
So what do you make of this?
Well, I'm really glad they pulled it together. I think that she was a class act, didn't really miss a step, and she did a fabulous job. Max, I think he's done the politically correct thing in all of his interviews, so good for him, and I guess we move on from it. No long-term damage.
Yeah, nobody seems to be
And we just want to touch on that real quick, because this is wedding week, and we're going to talk about all things wedding, but you have been busy, because you just got back, actually.
I did. I got back last night from Nashville. I've spent the last week in Nashville.
You were at the ACMs.
Well, we did the ACMs, and I was there for 2 country music bands who I'm working with, and they're new breakout artists. One is called Dimitri. They're a trio, and in that trio is Janine Leclerc. Here's a picture. And that's myself with Dimitri.
You look like a member of the band, Penelope. I couldn't even tell for a second there. Good
well,
for
it's
you.
Janine Leclerc, Alexandra Dimitri, and Tommy Staggs. And then the other group is Branch and Dean, and that's Steve Branch. This is Steve Branch in this photo with me. We were on their tour bus in this photo, and this was just before the show. And Marlon Dean. And they're breakout artists. They're signed with SSM Nashville, and we had a ton of fun. It was fabulous.
All right, so look for them, huh?
Yes, watch for them.
Okay.
Yeah, well, speaking of the ACMs, big winner, Miranda Lambert.
Right, and her fiance, Blake Sheldon, was a co-host this year. So speaking of weddings, their wedding is coming up in about 5 weeks, and they're getting married in Texas, in her hometown.
Very cool.
Country music singers have to get married in Texas, right? Or Nashville?
Or Nashville, or they're out. We just
no New York City
them.
for that. But you know, continuing with wedding week, I mean, obviously lots happening as far as people getting hitched.
Well, and getting hitched out of town, Reese Witherspoon in Los Angeles, or actually not Los Angeles, just outside in California. And her husband was her agent with CAA. His last name Toth. I have a note, Jim Toth.
Yeah, no, but
another Michael Bublé. Just got married on Saturday.
Reese has been kind of seeing other people, though. I didn't even know they were dating, or she was dating someone else, because she was dating.
Kept it on the DL.
Yeah.
Right
under the radar.
So that's her second wedding. She wore pink, pale pink. It was beautiful.
Okay.
You know what's not on the DL, though? The royal wedding. That's coming.
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of secretive
wedding
stuff going on there. Not a lot of details being divulged.
Yeah, and Penelope says that she has a
So
couple
let's
things that
stir up a
don't know.
little. I wouldn't call it controversy, but let's stir up a little.
Stir in the
We've
pot.
got there's a stamp that just came out. One of the Commonwealth countries, New Zealand, just released an official royal wedding stamp. Now look closely, everybody at home. See this? There is a huge faux pas.
There's a line between the two.
Well, and they made it into 2 separate stamps. So they're split up before the wedding even takes place. So they've had to recall this as hugely embarrassing.
No, these are going to be worth something. One's $340 and one's $240.
Right, so he's worth more than her.
In real life.
Yeah, probably. I was just saying. But yeah, that is funny, because then you can split it down the middle if things don't go well.
2 separate stamps.
These are going to be huge. If you have one or can get one, get it now, because these are going to be big on eBay. I got to
That's right. They're being recalled. So New Zealand's
got a sense of humor, I think.
Big faux pas. That was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
And then the last thing. Now this is something kind of new, and nobody has talked about this. But let's get this photo up of the official. This is the official engagement photo.
Really?
Now, does anybody notice anything? It's not a small detail, but anything that looks a little odd, awkward? Do their heads look bigger than their body?
Yes.
Well, I think that they've enlarged their heads in this photo. Now,
why would they do that?
Well, they do that a lot. Listen, the best hosts on
shrink mine
television.
in most of the photos.
The best hosts on television have very large heads. Look at Ryan Seacrest.
Yes.
I mean, we could
Laura
go on
Harris.
and on.
Yeah, check us out.
No, you know what? Well,
Evan Kelly.
This is different. To be an anchor on television is a little bit different than being a host. But the hosts all have big heads and little bodies. So this is something that looks great on TV. It looks great on TV. Now, I don't know if they caught them from a higher angle and that's all that's going on, but that photo looks different.
It could be
than the live
Photoshop.
country.
Maybe they weren't really
And
there
that's
in
what
that
I'm
great
wondering.
room.
So let's see if we can get somebody talking about this. But it looks different than the live shots of the press conference at the time that photo was taken.
Yeah.
Penelope, do you expect any stars, any American stars, to be in attendance at the wedding? Because it's coming up in April.
Oh, sure, sure. I mean, we covered this a little while ago, and there were some names there. gosh, I can't even think of who might be coming from the U.S.
Right.
But there are a few names.
Definitely some people there. Maybe next time you come, we'll
maybe next
talk
time
about
I'll have. And we're just weeks away from this wedding, so this is exciting. We're going to talk about much more.
A whole lot of details on the bachelor party. I was hoping to hear more on that.
They've
that
been
was
very tight.
They're going to keep that tight.
They can keep
Harry's going to keep that tight.
Correct.
Yeah. Jolly old
But
England.
good fun. So April 29th will be more to come between now and then.
Well, thanks, Penelope. We appreciate it.
Good. We'll see you guys next week.
Meanwhile, I'm going to try to get one of those stamps.
Yeah.
Meanwhile. All right.
Well, it's wedding week here on Lowcountry Live, and we're going to keep it going with the ladies of Elaine's Cakes coming up right after this.